Hey, good morning. It is Sunday, and I'm going to talk you through quickly your IPC tasks for this week. Okay, so we're going to learn all about flowers and the parts of the flower and how flowers reproduce, okay, how they make new flowers. So first up today is you've got a couple of tasks. Okay, so our learning target is to be able to identify the parts of a flowering plant. So before we start learning about how they reproduce, how they make new plants, we have to understand the parts of the plant, and we've got lots of super vocabulary to learn and to use this week as well. So task one is to take a look at the video and the website, which will explain to you all the different parts of the flowering plants. Okay, so if you go to the video, it's a really lovely video where the guy in the video takes a plant, that's a really beautiful lily plant, and a lily is perfect for this because the parts are really defined. If you play that video, he takes it apart, he chops it up, and he labels, or he talks about all the different parts of that plant. Okay. Now, if you are lucky enough to happen to have a lily, maybe in your garden, or another flower, then you might want to have a go at chopping up a flower too. Just check with your parents that it's not a flower that that they mind you chopping up. Okay, but having a go at doing this yourself would be really, really excellent, and it's something we'd definitely do if we were in class. The second website, this really great website, it's a Dorling Kindersley website, and it's quite interactive. So again, I like it because it's got actual real plants for this. It's got different parts of it, so if you click on those labels, it gives you a little bit of a definition. There's also some text to read there, so that's a really good, there's a quiz you can do there as well. That's a really lovely website for you to have a bit of an explore with as well. Okay, let's get back to the PowerPoint. So when you've had a really good explore of the video and the interactive website, what we want you to do is we want you to label the parts of a flower. Okay, so you've got a bit of a choice here. On the answer booklet, there is that diagram that we've put in, so you can label that as it is. We know how creative we are, and we absolutely love seeing your creativity. So what you might want to do is you might want to draw your own flower and add your own label. So take a piece of plain paper and draw one yourself. Okay. You might also, especially if you've dissected your own flower, dissecting means to take it apart. You might want to do something like this, where you take a photograph of your sliced flower and add labels to that yourself. That would be being a true scientist. So if you do have access to any flowers, or if you can find any, that would be a really, really lovely thing to do. If not though, using this diagram and labeling that is absolutely great as well. Okay, so that's your task for today. I'm going to quickly explain your task for the rest of the week. So up next, on this page, there are lots and lots of great bits of vocabulary that are quite tricky to get your head around and to use confidently. So there's a bit of a glossary for you, which might be useful this week. Right, this slide is Tuesday and Wednesday slide. So you're going to be learning all about pollination, okay, which is when plants reproduce to make more plants. We've got some more vocabulary here which will be useful. Right, your task one again, is to understand the pollination process. So for that, there is this, which really clearly goes through the process. So something to read, it's got lots of labels, and it's got all that great vocabulary, and it talks you through the process of pollination. Okay, there is also a video here which again talks about the parts of the flower and pollination there as well. Okay, now you might have books, or you might have other websites or things like that that you want to use as well. Those are ones which are suggested. Right, now how you do your task for Tuesday and Wednesday, I've given this 2 days, so it will probably take you a while. This is kind of up to you, okay? Now we know how creative we are, and we know that lots of you have got different amounts of time and different resources at home. So we want you to make your own representation of the stages of pollination. So how is a plant pollinated by typically bees, but also butterflies and other insects? So you might want to do a comic strip, just like we did for Little Shop of Horrors last week for your storyboard. You might want to number each box and show what happens in the correct order. Okay, so lots of you did that brilliantly last week, so you might want to do something similar to show pollination. You might want to make a video, okay, so you might want to get real flowers, or you might want to draw pictures of flowers and bees, or use plasticine and make a video, and you might want to talk over what you're doing to show the steps. Okay, so a bit of a video there. You might want to make a PowerPoint to show the process. Lots of you are really confident using PowerPoint or Keynote. You might want to make a model of a flower and talk through each step, pointing out all the parts that are used in each step. Okay, so it says this is an opportunity for you to choose how you work and in a way that it's possible with the resources that you have at home. And again, it says challenge yourself to use the words in that word bank and on that slide there. Okay, on the next page, there are some examples. Okay, so if you want to do something like a comic strip, here's an example here. This is also just some really simple steps there that you might want to use. Here's an example of how you might want to use plasticine, maybe make a video where you talk over the video and explain the process verbally. We've got some models here. Now this is looking amazing. This is really ambitious, but I popped that one in because it looks really lovely. And this one here, again, chance to be kind of artistic and to also add some labels in here. This is a bit of a model. So this person here, it's quite small, has made a model and has used a bottle to show like the bits of pollen. Okay, so there are numerous ways that you can represent the pollination process, and it's up to you. The simplest, if you're not sure, just go for a storyboard, just like you did for Little Shop of Horrors last week. Okay, we can't wait to see your results. But hopefully by the end of that, you will understand the process as well. Okay, so good luck and enjoy doing that.